We found an old book hidden inside a closet, and everything in our house started falling apart after that. This happened in 2014, in an old house that once belonged to my great-grandfather. I was living there with a few friends. Inside a closet full of antiques, we found a book wrapped in cloth. It had a leather cover, no title, no words. Only black and white photos of women, barefoot, wearing black dresses. None of them were smiling. At first, we were just curious, but over the next few months something in the house changed. We became angry, aggressive, irrational. Constant fights, screaming, hatred. Things disappeared and then reappeared in plain sight. We heard noises coming from empty rooms. At one point, I attacked my best friend. I tried to strangle him. We decided to get rid of the book, so we threw it into a dumpster behind a grocery store. 1 week later, I found it under my bed. That's when we knew this wasn't normal. When we finally burned the book, the flames were massive, like gasoline had been poured onto it. And afterward, we felt empty. On the last page of the book, there was a child. A young girl wearing the same black dress. She wasn't smiling. And she was missing her toes. Opening that book was the biggest regret of my life. What would you have done with the book? First comment. I read your story, and for a few seconds, I just stared at the screen. Because I've lived something disturbingly similar. Only in my case, it was a Ouija board. At first, it feels harmless. You use it, you laugh, you treat it like a game, and then you go to sleep. But that's when it started. The house began to feel heavy. Like the air was charged. Like something had entered and didn't want to leave. And it wasn't just a feeling. We started seeing people inside our home. Not vague shadows. People. Clear enough to make you look twice, and then vanish the moment you focused. The sounds were worse. Footsteps. Knocks. Creaks. Doors. Things so real that I kept getting up, night after night, checking every room, because I was completely convinced someone had broken in. My family started doing the same thing. And that's what breaks you. You start to feel ridiculous and terrified at the same time. Because it doesn't feel like imagination. It feels like something is happening right in front of you. One day we called the police. They searched the entire house. Room by room. Nothing. No sign of an intruder. No explanation. And to anyone outside, it looks like a false alarm. But to the people living inside it, it feels like whatever is there is mocking you. Like it knows you can't prove it. After too long of living like that, we started researching how to get rid of the board. We'd had too many horrifying experiences for too long. And that's when I reached out to a witch. I say that because I honestly don't know what she truly was. I just know I was desperate. She told us to cleanse the house. And she gave us a very specific list: fennel, white sage, that shell with the rainbow inside used for smudging, and holy water. Here's the part that still messes with me. We were atheists. Completely. And yet. I went to a church to have water blessed. It was the first time I'd stepped inside a church in almost 5 years. Before that, the only times I'd gone were for funerals. We did everything exactly the way she told us. And for a few weeks, it worked. The house felt lighter. The fear eased. Life started to feel normal again. But then came the part I'll never forget. Day by day, you could feel the good energy slipping away. Like something was feeding on it. Draining it. Consuming it. And when it was gone, it came back. Only this time, it was worse. More aggressive. Like it was angry that we tried to fight it. That's when we decided to burn the board. And when I told her, she gave us rules. Specific rules. Almost like a ritual. Cut the board into 4 pieces. Each piece representing a direction: north, south, east, and west. Burn each piece separately, while reading something she sent us. When we burned it, I swear on everything, it was like the board was screaming. Not metaphorically. It crackled like it was crying. Sparks flew. It popped like it was trying to explode out of the fire. And the flames were way too big for something that was basically cardboard. And the fire burned so hot, so aggressive, you could actually hear it tearing through the air. Like the sound of the flames was alive. I even recorded a video of one of the burns. But it was on a phone I dropped down a staircase, and it shattered into a million pieces. I still have that phone somewhere. I never managed to get rid of it. I just don't know where it is. And that's not even the worst of it. I left out a lot. A lot. Because if I told the full timeline, with dates and everything, it would take more than an hour. What I do know is this. Even today, I still deal with paranormal things. Just last night, I felt it again. Not as intense as before, but still there. And I genuinely believe something about me attracts it. I've felt followed my entire life. Like there's something behind me, something that doesn't feel pure or kind, just breathing down my neck. And before anyone says it's mental illness. I thought about that too. I have my issues, sure. But I've been tested for everything you can imagine. Everything. And it all came back negative. What I lived through didn't feel like it was in my head. Second comment. You and the other commenter, you opened yourselves up to something demonic. And I'm saying that without hesitation. I have absolutely no doubt that demons are real. What both of you described is exactly what happens when that kind of darkness is allowed in. Because their purpose isn't just to scare you for a moment. It's torment. It's terror. It's relentless horror. It's invading your mind, your home, your peace, until you break. And honestly, I don't understand how you're not a believer in Christ after living through that. Because if you experience something like this, then you know. Not as an opinion. Not as a theory. As personal experience. You saw the dark side of spiritual warfare. If there was any doubt before, how can there still be doubt now? So I'm asking this sincerely. How can you still doubt that God is real, after you've witnessed something that feels so clearly like the other side? And I'm not saying this to attack you. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I'm simply sharing my logic. The way I understand it. No matter what you believe. I truly wish you the best. And I genuinely hope you never have to go through anything like that again.